Greetings, love lights, and welcome to Chakra Light Radio. This is Juanine here, and I am your host. Chakra Light is a network that is dedicated to bridging the gaps of abundance, creativity, and knowledge through chakra balancing and awareness. We have 7 primary chakras that we deal with here on Chakra Light. The first chakra is your root chakra, which is located at the base of your spine. This has to do with your stability and your knowingness that everything is going to be all right. The second chakra up is your sacral chakra. This is 3 inches below your navel. It has to do with your sexuality, your sensuality, your emotional stability. Then the third chakra up is your solar plexus chakra. This has to do with your power. Your fourth chakra is your heart chakra. This has to do with your love and your ability to open up your heart to all the goodness in life and other people. The fifth chakra is your throat chakra. This chakra, it helps us to balance our ability to vocalize what it is that we really want in life and vocalize our truth. The sixth chakra is your third eye chakra, located on your forehead. This has to do with your intuition, your ability to see what's happening before it comes. Your seventh chakra that we deal with here on Chakra Light is your crown chakra. This has to do with your ability to connect to a higher spirituality. Today, on Chakra Light, we are going to be dealing with love, your heart chakra. Now, when your heart chakra is closed, you're really not open very much to love and receiving love from other people. You might have a hard heart, and a lot of times this has to do with things that's happened from our past or other situations in our life previously. When your heart chakra is open, you are ready for all of the great love that the universe has for us. Today we have a very special guest online. His name is Ifiok Etuk. He is a really great friend of mine. He's an author, he's an entrepreneur, and we have so many great talks about love and about life and about goodness and bringing each other and ourselves to develop a stability in life that is just not going to be shaken no matter what else happens. And this gentleman, he just has so much great insight in life. I just had to have him on the show so we can talk about love and relationships. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Ifiok. How you doing?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining us on Chakra Light.
Thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, this is good stuff. So let's just dig right in. We're just going to chop it up like we normally do. So the subject today is love, right?
Yes.
And since we had a gentleman on the line, I figured I might as well take this opportunity to really see how you feel about love and maybe something that a lot of women may have misconstrued about men and love. Are you a gentle man? Or how do you actually like to be loved in relationships from a woman? And this is not sexual. This is just love. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, we talk about love. There's a thing that's called there's a book out actually it's called The 5 Languages of Love. There's 5 languages of love. So there's different types of love. And how a person hears love. Whether it's through touch, whether it's through acts of service, whether it's through gifts, or even quality time. So, like for example, my love language would be touch. If someone touches me with the right intent, the right, attitude, pretty much the right intent at the end of the day, I can feel that. My body will feel that and it will receive it. And that's just that. But they have to know that's my love language, compared to saying, well, I like to be touched and just touch you with no intentions whatsoever, so that will not penetrate at all. So
how did you learn that love was that touch was your love language?
Well, because I think I tied it to me touching other people. So when I meet somebody and I touch them, I'm going to do something that I want done back to I touch on your shoulders or whatever it may be, it's because I want to be touched as well too, on my shoulders or on my back or whatever it may be in that sense. So I didn't really know until as I got a little bit older that's what I like, compared to maybe quality time. Quality time is not my strong point as a love language, like it is touch. So let's say I came with my hard day's work, and my woman wants to go ahead and love on me, so she wants to come maybe rub my neck, rub my shoulders, rub my legs because I was on my feet all day, or it's just been a stressful day. I will feel her love for me as an appreciation for what I do.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. And it's really interesting because a lot of times us as women, we're the ones who want to be touched. And it's so refreshing to hear from a gentleman's perspective that you want to be touched as well. And I think that has a lot to do with balancing love in both men and women, because if you're not being touched in your relationship, that could possibly create an imbalance in your love. Would you agree?
I agree with you. So matter of fact, I'm writing a book right now about touch. I'm breaking down the definition of touch because it's easy to just say, okay, you like to be touched. Sure, I'll touch you. Sure, I will be shoulder. Sure, this, sure that. However, it boils down to the intentions that you have. Your intentions have to be with that person. So it's when you're able to look beyond the outwardness of a person, be able to look beyond the material things of a person. So looking past the clothes, the cars, the money, the fame, and you're able to look into the person who they are, and then you want to, love on that person. That in itself has so much more power and energy that the other person will feel and connect to. And it is a beautiful feeling, once you have that. And it's just that a lot of people do not know that. So on my next book that I'm working on, I want to really break down the intent of touch, because there is a way you can touch someone in the good way. Your intentions has to be pure. And once it is pure, oh my God, you're in heaven.
Okay, so let's dig into that a little bit more, because intentions with touch is a subject that I think I can see how that's a book. I'm so excited to read your book, and once you have come out with it, please let me know so we can share it on the show. However, let's talk about this, because if you have issues in your relationships that are not being talked about and you're touching, is that energy being transferred over to your partner? Is that what you're saying?
Sure is. Because think about it. Let's say, for example, you had a rough day at work, right? And you just got so beat down, and you don't know how to process that. Once you get home, and the next person that is your partner who is right there with you, and they're like, "Oh, how was your day?" And you did not ever deal with that energy before you got home. You're about to transfer that energy to your partner because they're the closest to you. They're right next to you, and so you transfer that energy of negativity to that person, and before you know it, you have a bad evening, you have a bad night, you go to bed with attitude, and you wake up with attitude. So the truth of the matter is, how are we able to process and deal with things that happens in our life daily, so that when we are with our partner, we can be healthy, we can function in a beautiful way, in a loving way, and be strong enough to tackle the next day.
That's really amazing. So let's dig a little bit deeper, because I really like this touch thing with love and relationships. So
yes.
Maybe an activity, because I'm just thinking maybe to really get partners together when it comes to touch, and since intention is so important, would you say a good activity would be to sit and intentionally say, let's pass intentional love to each other without sex, just touching each other's arms and just touching each other's shoulders and looking into each other's eyes? Do you have any activity suggestions for our audience?
Well, I think as far as activities, that's good. Yeah, we could try to have an activity, but the truth of the matter is, the individual in itself has to be okay with itself. So we have to take it way back a notch or two within the individual, to where they can be
we're losing you there. Can you say that again, please?
Okay, so I would rather recommend that the individual has to be right within self first before getting to an activity with somebody else. Because if you're not right within yourself, you're bitter within yourself, if you have unresolved issues within yourself, it is hard to then have that good energy, to transfer a good touch to the next person. It's very hard, because there's so much that the person is carrying, so much baggage, so much issues the person is carrying. So they're not able to be at that place. So we actually have to create a program for the individual first, for them to practice on and work on within themselves, so that way then they can now use that to then, coming over with somebody else.
Oh, that is so important, because we can't really love anyone else until we know how to love ourselves or take care of ourselves first.
Correct.
Wow.
Exactly my point. It's just like me asking you right now, hey, right this very second, can you please give me $10,000 right now? If you don't have it right now, there's no way, because you don't have it. But until you have it, right? Until you have it. So until somebody has love in themselves, they cannot get it. They know they want love, they know they want to be loved, but until they have it for themselves, they cannot give it, no matter what. And what tends to happen in life is that we all know we want to be loved and be accepted just the way we are. That's the natural thing. We want that, But what happens is that look at somebody brand new, and we can have things in common. Energy is great, because we are like chameleons. We know how to, adapt and adjust to the circumstances and situations. And we can go out on a date here, go out on a date there, and have a great time. But what happens is that once we decide to go ahead and, commit and have a relationship with the person, what tends to happen is that then the true self comes out, so that the bitterness and the ugliness and the unresolved issues that we've been carrying since we were a little kid comes out, and then that person has to deal with it. So, yeah, so we have to help in so that way they can move forward.
Wow, that is good stuff. So let's dig into this. As a man, what are some things that you've had to deal with as far as love that you feel may have been pushed only for women, issues for women to deal with love, but you feel it's something that men deal with love as well?
Well, I always say that, men don't know anything about love because that's just a woman thing, but the truth of the matter is, every human being knows what love is. The issue is that we do not know how to have unconditional love for one another. And here's why. A man will love a woman all day long, but one of the strong points that a man needs to have from his woman is to be two things. To be, one, be accepted, and to be acknowledged for who he is. So I don't care if he's a pastor, a doctor, a lawyer, a trash man, or whatever it may be, he needs to be acknowledged for what he does. I don't care if he's a student either. He needs to be acknowledged for what he does, and he has to feel accepted, because once that happens, then guess what? That man will be happy to love her unconditionally the way she deserves to be loved. But until then, it's going to be impossible, because a man hears his words, hears his love through being acknowledged and being accepted, whereas a woman hears simply love and being like, well, maybe I appreciate saying acknowledged and accepted. But the thing is, most women, not all, but most women do not know how to love a man. So in turn, it is hard for the woman to be loved by her man.
Whoa! Okay, so the first step in loving a real man, a man that's in touch with himself, is to appreciate where he is and who he is, just point blank.
And let's give you an